Hey guys, and welcome back to Automaton. It's only been over a year, but this is actually, that's a little bit close. Maybe this is fine. This is actually going to be the last episode. Yes, I know it's been a long time, but I always felt like it's kind of bad how I just end series without saying anything. And I actually got some comments about that from other people before. That, it's like, oh, if you end a series or don't play it anymore, make a video or something. Usually the reason why I don't do this is because I don't know if I'll be back into it at one point or not. Sometimes I just need a break from it. But it's been over a year, right? I think last episode was like in July 2018. It's August now, 2019. So yeah, it's a little bit crazy. I haven't logged into this world since then either, so it's been a while. So I think what we're gonna do today, well, there's actually only one really big thing left to do. We build the freaking lighthouse, or whatever we want to call it. I always talked about it. We talked about it so many times, never actually done it. I have some materials in this box that hopefully are enough for this stuff. Actually, nope, I forgot something already. Do we have this in here? I don't know where all my items are. I need some sugar canes. Where would sugar canes be? Outside, right? We have things outside, and I think we're gonna do a bit of a server tour, perhaps. It's not a server, a world tour, perhaps. I do have my shaders enabled. It actually runs really well again. I don't know why. I think one of the last things we tried to do here was like a bit of a cleanup to do a harbor or something. Yeah, we needed this stuff here, and actually maybe some bone meal. We can fly as well. And while we build stuff, maybe talk about a few things about the series. Zoom out the map. I really like this world. This was a cool world and a cool pack. I really enjoyed this. I've been trying to figure out why I tend to, abandon packs. I think it's just how I am when it comes to playing games. I tend to not finish a lot of games. It doesn't just apply to Minecraft, it just applies to everything. Because if I spend too much time in one thing, I seem to get distracted and then something new comes out. And it's like, oh, hey, this looks new and exciting, so maybe I want to go play that instead, right? That usually seems what happens. We have our crazy beacon still going here. I am using different shaders now too, maybe that's why it's fast. I'm using the ones I use in Enigmatica as well, the BSL ones. I really like them, really got used to them, and they seem to work with a lot of modded stuff. This looks super pretty. And see, this is like one of the things, since I haven't been in this world for so long, I almost want to start building and working in this again, like just seeing this texture pack. I forgot we were using this. And how the buildings look in this texture pack. This is really cool. I really enjoyed this a lot. This was so much fun to do. And, just seeing all of this and how much work. Oh yeah, I forgot about we have this crop farm out here too. That was mostly decorative, but, it's also functional. I guess you can go and harvest it. Our giant factory building here as well. Yeah, we did some cool stuff, we even tried to do some decorative things instead of just running simple pipes or something, try to design things a little bit better. There was a total disaster of a water pump over here, I remember that. Oh, and I'm out of range. My beacon. I might actually have to move that beacon to that island. I'm not sure if that's gonna reach, if we want to build there. But yeah, this was really cool. But I think I'm just gonna, like, instead of being like, ooh, maybe I do want to play again, I think I'm just gonna call it here. Good. We did our AE stuff that's still set up here. Our factory that produces power, which seems to have stopped for some reason. No, it's producing stuff. Okay, never mind. I guess it still has a ton of materials. Making power with 2 of these diesel generators. One is not even running. Is it turned off? I think it might actually be turned off. No, it's just not necessary because all of these are full. So yeah, there's some cool stuff in here. And I think for the most part, most of our buildings and such are sort of complete. We did finish this off, at least on the outside. It looks really cool. This was fun to build, but took me forever. And we were always trying to go with this Viking style in this world. Oh man, that's so pretty. I didn't know beacon effects would be so pretty with shaders. And yeah, we did add a couple of other mods in here, like that aren't usually in this pack. Like the flight one, you can see I can fly. That was the beacon flight mod. So if you're near the beacon and you have this feather, you can fly. There were some other things too, like dynamic surroundings, I believe, and I can't remember what else, but it's not pure Automaton anymore. I think this is still on 1.5. Automaton has updated till 1.7 by now, so I don't know what's new, what changed. But I'm sure some things are different. But yeah, this is the island we always wanted to build a lighthouse on. I think the beacon is not enough. I may have to bring the beacon over here, because it's going to make building a lot easier. Oh, this looks really pretty. Why are we swimming so fast? Interesting. Maybe we have some enchantments. And yeah, we're going to go around a bit afterwards and just talk about some things and look at what we've done, although we've seen most of this already by now by me walking back and forth. Let me go grab this beacon though, and I'm gonna set it up over on the other side. Alright, beacon moved to the beach, and now we have flight over here, so that should be in range with the island and also some other of the buildings over there, so we can just get started here. Now I do have some screenshots open on my other side from the design I came up with back then, because I did not remember how to do it. Or what I wanted to do, so I can just take a look at that and see if we can replicate this a little bit. But first of all, goodbye tree. Oop, my mouse pad is too small. There we go, cool. Alright, I think we're gonna want to lower this a little bit. I think that's how I had it. Let me look at this profile here. I think I want to take it down till... I don't actually know. Looking at the picture is a little bit different. Okay, I think I see it. So the layer I want to build it on is this down here. Okay, so we take out this entire thing. But yeah, I think this is going to be a nice little, you know, goodbye. Finally finish up that lighthouse and then call it good. If you want to watch another Automaton series and you haven't yet, go check out the one that Mischief of Mice did. He played this pack as well, and he did get further than me. He didn't like completed it either. Like he didn't go through all the quests. And speaking of quests, I think I actually completed the quest just by doing something earlier, getting netherrack or something. Where's that? Or was it one of these? Oh yeah, it was here. Oh, kill Enderman. Apparently that completed somehow. Huh. Even though it's not really there. Kind of weird. Yeah, we never made it down to these parts. Never started Mekanism either. Unfortunately, even though I like this mod a lot. I think, you know, thinking about this a bit, all this immersive engineering stuff, I love immersive engineering, but I think I'm a little bit sick of immersive engineering. I think I'm kind of like done with it. Well, maybe not done, but at the moment at least, because like, I don't know, setting up these multi-blocks all the time is always a little bit of a pain. It's one of those things where like you do it too often, right? And then you just want to do something else. I did start GregTech New Horizon, which of course also has a ton of multi-blocks, so that can't be the reason. I think it's just that, you know, I've used immersive engineering so many times now that it's nice to do something else for a change. Like even when I was working on my own modpack still, I was always debating if I even want immersive engineering, and usually didn't include it, at least not in the one with the embers and such, the Serious Remnants pack. Because, yeah, it was a little bit too much. Anyway, let's get rid of some of this garbage. Goodbye, garbage. Don't need you right now, and I guess I'll keep the rest. So I have my little box here with all of our goodies that hopefully will be enough for today. I'm just going to use some grass there. I really love this texture pack. Should use this more often. I don't know why I haven't. It's so pretty. Okay, can we do this? Yes, we can. So I think this is mostly oak and a bunch of spruce. So it's actually not, you know, super difficult or super expensive to make. So let's do that. And we do need a crafting table over here. So let's place this down. Yeah, one thing that's nice in here, there's no tinkers, right? So you still use vanilla tools. That's always a part that I actually really enjoyed in this pack. There's so many things I did enjoy. This is a great pack, a really relaxed, chill pack, and I think we tried our best to make this series as relaxed as we could as well. And I still see people now subscribe, which is kind of what sparked me doing this here, because I do feel a little bit bad every time someone subscribes now because of Automaton. They're like, oh man, this series is awesome. Or, you know, this pack is awesome or something. I feel like, a couple more episodes and you'll be like, where's the next episode? With good reasons, but yeah, It's just what I do. I don't know why. I wish I could change it, but, you know, I do get bored of things sometimes. Which is why I think, like, for example, streaming is helping with that quite a bit, because you get through stuff so much quicker. And I've been talking about this many, many times in the past, so no reason to always reiterate, I guess. But, you know, it's just the nature of you get to play more, or yeah, I guess more when you stream it. You know, technically I could use the same amount of hours I use on the stream in recording it, but then I also have to edit stuff. And if I record like an hour or something, right, or more, then that's usually enough for one episode and not much more. So that's always the thing of like balancing that kind of stuff. And no one wants to watch a YouTube series if it's just like not cut out, but like just like without editing, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Oh, here we go again. Talking and building at the same time is difficult. I'm still trying to get better at this. Okay, so this is the profile of the tower, and is this... Yeah, it's relatively centered. I do want to have something here later. That's why it's not perfectly centered. There's a reason for that. And I think we're just going to build up here, here, and here. Let's just do it on all of these sides, because we can always tear it down later. Just taking a look at this. So this is 1 block, 2 block, I think 5 blocks. And then here we're gonna do this. And that's gonna be looking similar to how our other buildings look too. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 in between, right? Yeah. I think I do I do 4 again? 2 of those. This one is a little bit different, apparently. Okay, it's like this. Right. So it's a little bit different. There's a little bit of a different design here. Cool. Alright, so that's how big that part is. And then we're going to extend this again further up. But for now, I'm just going to, like, build this all up. Pretty tall. It's not much of a lighthouse. I don't know. Would you call, like, a medieval thing a lighthouse still? I guess they must have had lighthouses where they just have a flame at the top, right? So maybe it's more like a watchtower or a lighthouse or... whatever it is, it's a tower that has fire at the top, and it signalizes, hey, there's an island here, be careful. Don't run into us. It would not be good for your ship or for our beach. Probably. Yeah, that's a good height. And let's put down our bed, because it's about to turn nighttime again. I guess I could cheat a bit and turn night cycle off, so we can just keep building without getting interrupted. But I think for now... I'll just leave it the way it is. I think I added like this, and then we just do that here as well. It's going to be the same on every side. I think there's going to be one side with a door, I'm guessing. Would be useful to have. And instead of using oak in the middle, we just use spruce, just to change it up a bit. And as always, perfect placement skills. I never misclick a block. Just going to put a torch in there for now. So it's not too dark. Okay, can I sleep? Yes. Service news. But yeah, I don't know, because it's been so long. I don't really remember what the reason was for me to not finish this pack, or why I stopped playing this. We played some other stuff in the meantime. Must be one of the things where I just needed a bit of a break. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's how it is, I guess. Oh, we had some of these already. So let's put these on top. Man, I love haste. Haste is really nice. I think that my favorite part about this pack, or about the series I should say, that has nothing to do with this pack really, was the building. The building was really fun for me, and you guys seem to enjoy it as well, which is super cool to see. It was a bit more of an experiment, because we never really have done that in the past. I mean... usually when I build stuff, I do it like either off camera, or it's nothing, you know, special or fancy or anything. Not that this is anything fancy, but it's definitely, I think, I would say this is probably some of the best stuff I've built so far. And obviously, like I mentioned before multiple times, it is based on other people's designs, so it's not quite just me coming up with this, but it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about building, and it definitely makes me want to, like, you know, try out more stuff in the future as well. And I've been still using this style as well. Like in Enigmatica, in GregTech I started. I've been just building a house in this style again. It's mostly temporarily in that case, because I want to tear it down and build something different afterwards. Something I've actually built in a previous series, long time ago, for the Serious pack, which previously was the Bevo tech pack. I think that's what it was called. Kind of just like changed it up after a while. But that base I had in there was like one of my favorite bases, and kind of want to like do something like this again. It's nothing super fancy, but it was really like convenient, and there's some cool stuff I can do with it that I want to kind of experiment with, I guess. But yeah, the pack itself, you know, it's super chill, which I really like about this. Like that was really cool, like how relaxing everything is in this pack. It's really good for if you just started with modded Minecraft, for example, and you just want to check out some things. I think it's really good for that. Just to kind of like get a bit of experience. I think I want to do this, maybe. Before you like dive into like some sort of difficult packs. I've been really enjoying though like the difficult packs we did start recently. And is this correct? Yes, I think it is. I think I had it like this. And this? Looking at my thing. Yeah, I think that's the design I had here. And these on top, and then we have some oak slabs. Looks a bit different because it's oak in here, like this. Whoops. Let's get our axes faster. I think this needs to be open, and there's going to be a fence in here. I think it's like this. Maybe. I think it is. But I think this one, because it's just one block, I did replace with one of those. I can't really see this part on the screenshot. It's not a great screenshot I took. But yeah, we're just going to have to repeat most of this on each side. So it's not going to be super different. I think the front is going to be slightly different later. Oop, and I fell down, because we want to put down a door somewhere in this. It would be nice to have a door, at least, you know, so it's a little bit functional. The interior, there's not going to be an interior, I don't think. Although we could put down maybe a stair or something. Yeah, this is going to be the door part, so we're going to tear this out and change that later. Let me actually switch to a different screenshot. One where this is more advanced, but I don't have the top. Yeah, okay, this one has the doorway. So let's actually do this on this side right now. And as I expected, it's just a very simple like thing like this, and that's it. And then there's gonna be a door here. And yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, another thing I've done is if we go here, I think I did bring some redstone torches, not torches, lamps. There we go. And leave us alone. No. And then these go in here too. Boink. So we have a bit of light on there as well on the outside. It's kind of odd, I guess, since we have electricity and such, but then at the top they're gonna use fire. And actually that reminds me, I'm pretty sure, I think it was Triax? Someone commented on this before, and actually I do kind of want to spread more of the grass here. We do have some grass though, right? We brought a bunch. I think Triax mentioned, I forgot exactly who suggested that, but I remember someone suggesting that we should do like a functional lighthouse where we could do it so that we have a floodlight from Immersive Engineering and just somehow rotate it or something. But considering how bad lighting updates are in Minecraft, at least in the higher version, is this 1.12? Yeah, in 1.12 and such, it's not feasible. It's gonna be too laggy. But that's a really cool idea. I did like that a lot. But yeah, and looking at this, this is the right spot. I see what I did wrong. Okay, it's not the right spot. It needs to be one higher actually. It's supposed to go below these. Into these little gaps there. The thing that threw me off is that this is actually going to have stairs or platform in front of it. So there's like, this is actually the height. So the entrance needs to be one higher. That is what's wrong. We can also do this here for now, I guess. and then just do like this and this. I don't know how long this is going to take. This might be a long video, but you know, considering it's the last episode, I think this is fine. And recently I've been like thinking about a lot about why I kind of switch between mod packs, or what I'm even looking for in a mod pack, because I was working a bit on my own again, and I keep changing my opinion or ideas of what I actually want to do. And I'm still not really sure. I don't know what it is that will keep me playing, I guess. It might be as simple as I have played it too much, you know, and I just need, I just need to not play too much Minecraft. But then I do enjoy, like, you know, like Crackdeck, Crackdeck, for example. Wait, how do you make it this way? I've been enjoying, right? And I think there's a couple of criteria that I want in a mod pack at the moment. Or maybe always wanted in a mod pack. Although saying this now, thinking about this now, that might not be entirely true either, considering there's like Enigmatica or something. But basically what it comes down to is a couple of things. I want a pack, like, I guess I should figure out what bothers me, right? That's like the key here. Figure out what bothers you and then see how you can fix this. So what bothers me in mod packs is a couple of things. One thing, for example, redundancy is something that bothers me. And by that I mean, if I make, or let's say sorry, I'm trying to like figure this out and build at the same time. I'll get better at this eventually. But, you know, a lot of packs, for example, have several pulverizers / macerators that grind down ores into like dust or something, right? And I think when you play a kitchen sink pack, and a kitchen sink is usually a pack that it has a bunch of different mods and there's not much balancing. It's almost like, as you know, like however the mods were designed, it's kind of like how they are set up in the pack. They might change some configs to make things work a bit better or not conflict with other stuff, but besides that, they don't really change too much on the pack itself. It's pretty much as is. Like, you just download, let's say, thermal foundation or expansion and put it in a pack, and that's it, right? You don't do too much, and that's usually what a lot of kitchen sinks packs are like. And I used to play mostly kitchen sink back then. You know, the first pack I ever made, that Cirrus pack for 1.7, was a kitchen sink pack as well, because that was just a style of mods we were going for. We were still all new to mods, and by we, I mean the people I played with back then. We were still all new to mods, and we wanted to dive into certain things, right? Like, I was still new for example, to Thaumcraft. I've never, you know, messed with that mod before, so obviously it's something we would add to the pack so we can test it out. Or then there's also witchery. Then there's, you know, mechanism, thermal stuff, NIO, and they all have the same machines. They all do the same stuff, but they're different mods because you want to experiment and see what kind of stuff each mod has to offer. But then once you know, kind of played with these mods and you learn what each mod does and you've used them a few times, after a while it kind of becomes, you know, boring. I think you need to change things up. You need to like have a challenge or challenge yourself. If it's not challenging, it usually is not fun in the long run. Although there are exceptions to this, I think. Like sometimes I do, like this pack, for example. It's not challenging at all, really, but it's enjoyable. Maybe you just want a chill experience, and that's totally fine, right? Then this is really good. But I think, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe challenge is not actually what makes it fun. Maybe challenge is just something that can be fun, but it's not like, you know, a requirement or something. It's just one of the things that could keep you playing, you know. One of the reasons that keeps you playing is like, oh, I want to beat this because this is challenging. That's why expert mod packs are so popular, you know, because people like that challenge of like, oh my god, I need to produce all this stuff, these insane numbers just to, you know, make progress. And that is an interesting concept, and people seem to really like that kind of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? And I do enjoy, like, I've been enjoying expert packs more lately too. I think the first difficult pack I played, recipe-wise, I guess is what I should say when I say difficulty, was, let me just double check. Okay, was Project Ozone 2 tighter mode. It wasn't even copper mode. It was just a tighter mode, because back then I was even like, ooh, copper mode looks insane. I'm not sure if copper was out by the time I started my series, but I do remember seeing copper later and be like, oh man, that might be too crazy for me. Now I'd be probably fine with it. I don't think it would be that bad. It would be kind of interesting, but back then I probably wouldn't have liked it as much. And I guess like it just comes with time, you know, like, because you get more used to things, and like I'm more used to mods now. I know them a bit better, so I know that it wouldn't be as bad or something. And it would be something new. It's not always the same old, right? It's a new challenge. Like, ooh, instead of just building machines and I'm done with it, I actually have to invest into things a bit more. It's gonna take a while to do all this stuff, so yeah. Where was I going with that? So that's like one of the things. So the expert mod stuff, expert mode stuff. Sorry, it's like 5 a.m. I don't know why I always make these videos in the morning. But hey, actually that fits with the Automaton series. I think most of my episodes in Automaton were this early in the morning. I do remember a lot of people saying I should sleep instead. But anyway, let's see. This is the front. Let's do a cross beam here too. That should match this facing the same way. So we do this here too. You don't want to have like one facing this way now, because this is like, it's almost like this whole thing is one long cross beam, I guess. Kind of gives off the illusion. So, you know, then stuff like Enigmatica 2, expert mode. I would be absolutely bored at the moment if I was playing normal Enigmatica 2. Not because it's a boring pack, but it's just, you know, it's a kitchen sink pack. There's no changes really, other than probably like some config and maybe some cross-mod compatibility. I think that's the word. But besides that, it's going to be mostly, you know, just like as if I would add the same mods to a mod pack or something. It wouldn't be much of a difference, right? So that kind of stuff would be pretty boring at the moment. And maybe that would be something in the future. I'm like, oh, I just want to chill again, but I don't think that would happen, because otherwise I think that would have happened by now. And I really don't care too much about those packs anymore, unless it's maybe for a specific mod that I want to check out. I was actually thinking about making a tiny pack just to check out Riker's mods, like Rotary Craft, Chromatic Craft, Reactor Craft. And that would be a pack where I would just be like, okay, I'll just add the mods as they are with a bit of additional stuff. Oh, this looks pretty cool, actually. With a lot of additional stuff. And actually, sorry, I'm just thinking if I want to add some lights up there too. I don't have that in this build in my example, but maybe we'll replace these also with lamps. Might be kind of cool. We'll see. Let's finish this first. You know, and then just have it as it is so I can see what this pack or how the mods actually work. And then in the future, when I'm like used to, you know, Rotary Craft or whatever, even though I don't think I'll be playing many more packs that would have it, then I could go ahead and have something a bit more difficult, where things are going to be more difficult to create and such, right? Do I not have any locks anymore? But, you know, for the first time, I think you want to just go in kind of blind and without crazy changes, so I know what's normal for that mod and what's not normal. So yeah, that would be a case where I think that applies. So I forgot how I got here. I was talking about redundancy, right? Redundancy. That was one of my issues I have. So yeah, so like, you know, kitchen sink packs have a lot of redundancy, lots of overlap. Maybe that's a better word, overlap. A lot of mods that do the same thing in a different way, but still the same output. There's no reason to have both in there. They just do the same, but it gives you a choice. And that's absolutely awesome for kitchen sink packs, but not something for in my opinion, like an expert pack or something more interesting. Nothing I would like to play at the moment. So that's something I'm trying to avoid, is redundancy or overlap. not have mods that do the same in the pack. Is this correct? It's not actually. I had stairs here, but you know what? I like this more when it slabs almost. Do I like this more? No, I don't. Because I don't like the little gap at the bottom. Let's do stairs. Previous me had figured this stuff out, so I'll go with what I had. Yeah, I like this more. Because it creates a little bit of a window there. So if I was going to make a mod pack, and I'm still kind of messing with things, but nothing specific yet, but I would try to avoid overlap, and maybe I'm wrong with that, right? Maybe after a while I would feel like I'm missing something. I think that's actually something I noticed in... Oh wait, I did this wrong. Well, I didn't do it wrong. There's no way to do it wrong, but I actually had a window or roof that was just like this. But when I have all these 4 pieces, it's going to be a square. It's going to be like a pyramid roof. Yeah, let's make a pyramid roof. Why not? Let's make it work. Let's give it a shot. See what that looks like. We can always change it, right? That's the motto. We can always change it. Yeah, I would try to not have mods in there that would overlap a lot, because I think that would be not as good unless there's a really good reason to have the overlap, right? Okay, how do I do this? Okay, so the stairs go here, so I also need spruce stairs, I think, is what I want to use. Let's get rid of a couple of things here for a second, so we have a bit more space. That is... Oh, well, I have some spruce. We'll need more, but let's start with the ones we have. So, for example, I have embers usually. If you talk about serious remnants, right, I have embers in there. Oh, wait, this doesn't work. No, actually it does work. Wait, will this work? I guess it would work, right? If I do this. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, so let's say I have embers, because that was usually the focus of my Serious Remnants pack, right? Like embers as like a tech mod. But I also have like Better with Mods. So let's say Better with Mods and both embers can smelt down ores, right? In that case, I would disable probably the Better with Mod version of melting ores. It has its own little like system to do that, and I would probably turn this off so I don't have that overlap. I want to make sure that if there is a machine or a mechanic in the pack, there should be a reason for it to be there. It shouldn't just be in there because, oh, it's cool, or this mod I was using for something else came with that, and so I figured I'll leave it on, etc. I want to make sure that everything in there is there for a reason. And, that might be boring to some people, for sure. Some people might be like, oh, but what if I don't like to use that mod? Well, then that's not the pack, right? I'm trying to make a pack that I like to play mostly. As selfish as that sounds, I guess, but, that would be that. Another thing is that I do enjoy the whole cross-mod stuff that expert mods have, or packs have, where you... let's see, does this work? Yeah, this is gonna be fine. Where you use one mod, or mod A and B together, kinda. Resources from both mod to do one thing, so it's not like, let's say I want to start embers, again in this example, embers and Better with Mods. I want to start embers, I might need something from Better with Mods to actually do that, right? That would be one thing. I think it's less of a problem if you don't have redundancy. It makes more sense if you do have redundancy. So in Enigmatica, for example, if you make NIO cables, you also need cables from a different mod, right? So in that case, it's like, okay, we do have both mods in here and they do the same thing, but you still kind of have to decide which one you want to use if you want to go with both of them, I guess. So in that case, I think it's fine. And maybe not as necessary if you don't have... Let's see, that's a full block, right? If you don't have the... Oh, this looks very cool. If you don't have redundant or overlap, right? If you don't have overlap, then maybe you don't need to do that. So maybe, let's say I have embers and Thaumcraft. Even though there is some overlap, Thaumcraft has a way of processing ores. Embers has a way of processing ores, for example. But, maybe that's only like 5% of the mod that overlaps. Maybe I don't need to make it so that embers requires a piece of Thaumcraft item to make ember stuff. at the same time, it's also kind of fun. I mean, some people might not like that. Some people don't like Thaumcraft, which, you know, makes sense. So they wouldn't enjoy having to go through Thaumcraft to get to Embers or whatever. But again, that's one of the things where it's like, well, it's most likely not going to be a huge pack that has a ton of mods because there is no overlap. So it's easy for you to figure out if it's even something you would want to play. And if it's not, if you're like, okay, you know, there's like Thaumcraft in here, it's a pretty big part of the pack, then, and you don't like Thaumcraft, then you probably don't want to play the pack, right? That's kind of like my thinking behind there. So that's another thing, right? That's like one of the things I want to avoid overlap, I guess. The other thing is, I don't know if that's the right term, but I call it, I guess it's linear progression. I'm not sure if that's actually the right term for that, because I was looking up stuff about linear progression. Oh wait, this is Spruce, right? On Reddit, is this Spruce? Yeah, on Reddit, and it sounded like people were using the term in the complete opposite way I thought it would mean. That sentence made no sense, but I hope you know what I mean. Like I thought. Okay, this is what I think linear progression means. I think linear progression means that if... how am I going to explain it? So, for example, Mekanism. Mekanism is an amazing example. In Mekanism, which we have in here, right, you start... Here, let's go in here. You have your smelter, right? You can just put ores in and then it smelts down stuff, right? You have your, here, what is it? For example, iron dust. You have your enrichment chamber, which doubles your ores, right? You have 2 times ores now, and then you put this into the smelter, right? If you want 3 times ore now, so you don't replace these machines, right? Instead, you make another machine. How do I do this? I forgot what they're called. I think it's a clumps, maybe? You make a different machine that processes still the same item you had at the beginning, but now you get 3 items out of it, but then you take these and put them into the machine you already have, get the dirty iron dust out of it, and put it back into the machine that before gave you 2 times ores, but now, you know, it's being reused in the process of making 3 times ores. You're not making better machines to replace previous made machines. NIO is a perfect example of how not to do it. At least the new version of NIO. The new version of NIO has these simple machines that you build at the beginning out of really basic materials. They suck. They're slow. They don't like contain power in them, I believe. If they like stop running or something, like they kind of lose power over time. And you use them to make. Let's see. Do I want the lamps up here? You use them to make the better machines. Yeah, I think I do want lamps up there. And that's their only purpose, right? And then once you have the better machine, there's absolutely zero reason to keep these simple machines around. There's no reason for that. So if you think about the long-term goal of your mod or of your pack, these machines are useless. There is no good reason for them to exist other than that the process to acquire the better machine is a little bit longer than it would be by just going for the big machines right away, right? And, you know, that process could be accomplished in different ways of like making it more expensive, making it more difficult to acquire these resources you need first. What is this block? Is that a stair? Yeah, it's a corner stair. We could probably maybe hide this a little bit from the inside. Let's make more spruce stairs, I guess. Yeah, that's a really good reason, good example of like how not to do it, in my opinion. Same with, I feel like even the conduits might be a good example of, you know, like you have. Do we have NIO in here? No, right? No. Although I guess Mekanism does that too. You have different pipes of different speed, right? So where are the pipes in this? Do we not have pipes enabled? I'm probably just blind. No? Can anyone see them? Oh, there. Yeah, I'm blind. You know, we have the basic universal cable that only outputs 1.28 kilo RF, right? And then there's one that does 5.1, 2, etc. Now, in this case, you do require the previous one to make these. You can see there's no way to acquire these currently without having to go through the basic ones first. The next tier requires the the advanced ones, and that applies to all the other types of pipes too. So in that case, you are kind of reusing what you already had to upgrade it. Now, I don't remember if NAO does the same, where you take your old pipes and upgrade them. But that is one of those cases, again, where like you're kind of eventually replacing what you already had with something better, and then there's no reason to use them. But if you can reuse them in a recipe, I think it's a little bit better, maybe. It's not quite as bad than just having it the way, where it's just like, oh, it's useless. You're going to toss it now or something, right? And I honestly, I forgot how NIO does it, so maybe they do it that way too with the cables, but they definitely don't do it with, let's do it like, let's put a ceiling in here. They definitely don't do it with the machines, I don't think, so. And that's something I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Well, in my opinion, it is a bad thing, but you can design your mod however you want. It's up to you, but I would not do it that way. But that's something I want to avoid. I don't want mods or things that get replaced. That's kind of one of my goals right now. And I guess I'm saying all these things, but there's always a little bit of like a side note, like a clip note or cliff note, whatever it's called, on the side, of it saying, well, there are cases where that might be useful. You know what? Instead of using netherrack, let's go get charcoal. Blocks of charcoal. I think we do have them, right? I forgot. I think we have fire spread off. Yeah, so we can just technically use whatever. But I want to use charcoal blocks. So coal blocks too, I guess, whatever we have available. Coal, I guess. Sorry, I'm burpy. I'm like talking too much. I'm trying to like do this without having to edit too much to make it easy on myself. How long have we been recording for? About 44 minutes or so, but we're almost done, I guess. So yeah, so that's something I'm going to try to avoid. I don't want an infrastructure that gets replaced. I want an infrastructure that gets built upon, and that's a little bit difficult to design, in my opinion. But I think I can, figure it out somehow. But that's one of the challenges currently I'm facing, I guess. Do we have? Yes, we do. See, I could have just done stone here, but whatevs. And I put fences all over there. Okay, cool. So this is oak fence. Get out of here. This is actually done. The tower itself is actually done. That is my little lighthouse I wanted to build. It turned out pretty cool. Thanks, past me. I don't know if I would have been able to do this now. Because it's been so long since I used kind of the style. I'm just checking if there's anything missing. Did I put the door really on the wrong side? I did. What the hell? Okay, well, the door was supposed to go here, actually. Yeah, so that's one of the things. It's a little bit tricky to get that one going, or set up right. In my opinion, it's not quite as easy. And, there, like I said, there's like exceptions to that too, because, for example, in the GregTech New Horizon pack I'm playing right now, I know for a fact that if I invest time now into minecart systems, which are very viable early on for transporting stuff, eventually I'm gonna replace them with actual pipe or an AE system that teleports items all over the place. Now, of course, I can choose as a player to not use those things, but the pack is kind of set up in a way where, at least from what I can tell, where having that kind of access to your inventories like this and quicker transport, etc., is gonna make this so much easier for yourself and actually doable, I guess, almost. So you do want to replace him eventually. But the thing is that everything takes so long in GregTech to achieve that I'm pretty sure that I'll use these minecart systems I have to set up for quite a while before I even replace them. Whereas, let's say in Enigmatica 2, we spent some time setting up IC2 machines at the beginning, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. I like, you know, messing with these older mods again. Okay, next part is the outside. This one is a bit more freestyle, I think, but I'm just looking at what I had in mind here. Okay, I kind of see it now. Okay, it's gonna be somewhat tricky. You know, we had these IC2 machines. I was like, oh, this is really cool, messing with IC2 again. But then you really just use them for a little while before replacing them with newer stuff. I mean, you can still use them. IC2 machines can be upgraded with a ton of speed upgrades to be really fast. That's the benefit of them. It does require a ton of power, which you don't have early on, but later on you might have. So then, you know, it would make sense to still keep them around. And I still have them around. I'm still using them. But they're not as, you know, feasible anymore. We have other machines now that we're using. So it's not quite as good anymore, I guess. Let's get rid of you. Oh, wait, is that sugarcane? That is sugarcane. It looks so different in this. I do want sugarcane there. And let's see, I want a bit of a boat dock here. I think I'm going to use... I was using full blocks, but I think I'm going to use slabs. And I'm going to use them here. Yeah. Yeah. That's better. Man, I really want to mess with the new water mechanics in 1.13. I might actually put a pole down there, perhaps. We'll see. But yeah, that's one of the sad things I kind of wish would be different in some mod packs, where they actually, you know, have machines that would stick around a bit longer. And I really want to mess with minecarts, for example. So my pack, I almost would be tempted to not even... Wait, why did I do this? We had a workbench somewhere, didn't we? Where did I... I don't know where it is, actually. It's probably in the box. And I needed more of this. Yeah, it's in the box. Whatever. It's fine. There we go. Gonna make a bit of a wall here if I can. I do need some mossy stone too. Do we have some mossy stone? Let's go check. Forgot if we can just make it. I think it's easy to make it this, right? We had like a vine farm at some point. It's probably not in here, but maybe in here? We have 9. Do we have more of this stuff? Yeah. Not much though. Is there any other way to make them? Oh, you can chisel them. Okay, never mind. I don't know if that always was the case and I just didn't see it, or maybe I have done it in the past. Sometimes that's disabled in some packs, so... yeah, let's do a couple more there. Cool. Oh, it looks so cool. I'm so glad we're doing this. So yeah, if I want to use minecarts, I should make sure that it's viable for a while and not just gonna get replaced again after a bit, right? So one of the challenges, of the many challenges I'll have to face, I think it's gonna be fun. But of course, you could also make it so that maybe you don't necessarily replace it with a different piping system, but you add on top of it a different piping system that's just not maybe as effective at like long distances. So I'm thinking like logistic pipes, for example, is a little bit more difficult to set up perhaps. Actually, I don't want this to go this far, do I? Yeah, let's try... You know, logistic pipes, yeah, I think I just want this to here. It's a little bit more difficult to set up perhaps, so maybe that's good enough for having it as an alternative, rail carts and logistic pipes or something, you know. Because you probably don't want to do that over long distance. The minecart will probably be a bit more useful in that case, so if you want to do that, so that might be an option, something to look into. But definitely when it comes to machines such, I would love to figure out a way of, you know, if I use Ambers as a ore processing system and it does like 2 times, maybe I'll be able to build another machine somehow later that uses the output from Embers, the liquid maybe, and then refines it or something to turn into like 3 times output or something, you know, or maybe with some magic at it or something, you know. I don't know, depends on what kind of mods I would use. Yeah, looks kind of cool. And I think I'm gonna replace these here with dirt too, or grass. Oops. That one can stay. Sand down there, I guess, in that layer. This one should be grass too. Yeah, that's a little bit better, I guess. I might replace the sand here too, because that makes no sense, perhaps. You know, it would be not very sturdy to have sand there. Maybe this makes more sense. I don't know. It doesn't have to be super realistic. Okay, I think there's going to be a block here for the past. This is going to go for a reason. We'll work on it in a bit, but let's do this one first. But yeah, I'm just looking at some other mod packs and trying to figure out if there's anything that's interesting at the moment, and it's really difficult to find anything, to be honest, that's kind of grabbing my attention. Because all of these packs have these issues. I mean, not all of them, but like most of them. And maybe there's just is no good way to do it, you know? Maybe that's why so many mod packs don't do that kind of stuff. That could just be it, you know? And when I work on my stuff, maybe I'll run into those issues and realize, well, yep, this is why. This is why it's not working. But I'm not giving up yet. I'm still trying. But yeah, GregTech New Horizon, for example, is nice because, like I said, everything takes so long, and I think I know that I will be using a lot of these mods still in down the road. You know, it's still going to be relevant. Actually, I don't think I want these here. I don't even know how I came up with this stuff. This is like, it's like a puzzle to get this right. Now this edge kind of looks weird with the sand next to it, so I might remove that sand here, but for now I'll leave it, I guess. I think I had a lot of like this being grass. Did we have a thing that replaces blocks? This one, right? Yeah. I think I actually had a lot of this stuff be grass, except for the bottom layer. Looking at this, so we might have to do that still. But yeah. Whew, this is taking longer than I thought. At least this part. But hey, last episode. Whew. Hopefully you're still with me. And maybe you guys know of some packs that do exactly that, but you know, I still haven't found anything. And of course it comes down to personal preference a lot too. Some people might not like the same type of packs, obviously, so you know, it's difficult to find the right ones, I guess. Oh, there's a ghost block here. There it is. Found it. Right-clicking with a tool seems to make them show up, at least in this version. Not sure when they added that or when that was possible. But I think we're almost good here. This is kind of like a windy pass up to the tower. So I'm just trying to get this right now. This has to go. My inventory is so full. Don't need these. Don't need 2 bows or something. Don't need the lamps at the moment. So that is that. I still kind of want to go around a bit and show off some, but we already showed off most of the buildings anyway, so should be okay. Wait, how did this work? I did this wrong. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I see. I see. Basically, I want to have like some grass here too, because we're gonna add some grass with bone meal. Just hides it nicely, and then I think this, yeah, we'll do this one. And then just do that. Aha! And then we have to do a little bit of a wall here again. I think we just do this. We actually did something similar like this in... let's do grass. This is going to be grass too. In Enigmatica with that house we have there. Kinda. Not exactly the same, but this kind of wall. But I think I'm definitely built this before the Enigmatica one. Alright, yeah, it's a nice little windy pass. And then we need to figure out how to actually get up here. And I think I was using spruce and spruce slabs. Do we have some? Yeah. So I think these are stairs. It should be easy. How did I do this part? I think this is gone. This is going to be Aha, okay, yeah. This is like this, and I think this is gonna be a stair here. And then there's gonna be another wall there. This can be a wall with a stair here, I think. Yeah, that fits. Stair here. And then this part sucks. Well, I guess we should do this. Oh, is this not spruce? Oh, that's oak. Okay, that should be spruce, actually. Don't break too much, please. I was worried I would, like, vein mine too much there. Yeah, my example, I was using full blocks, so it's a bit different, but... we could just do this, right? Looks really weird. I don't like that they're connecting like this, but maybe this is fine. Yeah, maybe this is fine. You can kind of like walk up here now. Windy pass, cool. And then here, we're just gonna do spruce. Actually, that's gonna be stairs, like this, and then. Not sure if I did it the same way. Can't see it right now, so I'm just gonna freestyle this part. I don't have another normal one. There we go. It's good enough, yeah. And then we have to do the same here. And this is gonna be also a little bit much mossy there maybe, but who cares? Yeah, that works. Thinking if I should move this closer here so this aligns with this somehow. It's kind of nice to have these like a little bit below, like at your feet level. But when I had it so far at the front, it didn't. Yeah, this is better, I think. Yeah. Cool. That's nice. All right, let's sleep. Where's my bed? Did I break my bed? I did break my bed. We're almost done, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully this is not too long. I mean, you can always skip it. It's a video. You know. I'm not forcing you to watch it. I don't think I am. But there's one more cool thing to this, and that is... How am I going to do this? So up here... Something we might have to freestyle a little bit too. It's a bit tricky to get this right. I'm still seeing some of this. This can be there. Thinking really hard. I think I want to get rid of that too. And then like this. And maybe expand this a bit. Oh, still a ghost block somewhere. Where's that ghost block? There it is. Right click all the blocks. And maybe, maybe I'll replace this too. We have a haze beacon, so destroying all the things. Okay. And then obviously this should be some sort of structure here. Let's use cobble. So it's kind of like stable up there. And if you haven't guessed yet, this is gonna be... actually, it should be dirt, I guess. There's gonna be some water here. It goes down the side. Do we have any buckets? Probably. Yeah, there. Need to get used to this texture pack again. We do have infinite water, which is nice. And I'm gonna not make this deeper, because then we get these cool little things in the water. And this winds down nicely. Yeah. Cool. So a bit of a thingy there. Oh, I like it. Okay, and then let's actually try to replace some of this here. So this one, and what's the button? This one. 7x7 is the highest we can make. Or largest. Let's get a bunch of these and put away some of this. Oops. And then I think it does layers, right? Yeah. So I think I want this until there. Need to make sure I click on the top too. Hopefully we have enough. I think it's gonna look nicer. That should be sand. Perhaps. See, on here it's a bit more tricky. I think I have to manually do this. And I think these two, right? Probably have to go in there a little bit, and like this cliff is not the prettiest. I think actually in my example I do have it go down with dirt. But maybe we'll leave it like this for now. This one will need to be different too. Oh yeah, sand folds. Who knew? Okay, let's just do this first. You know, just thinking about this now, it's kind of silly to do this considering we never come back to this world. Most likely. But I'll probably put this up for a download if you want to download the world. I think I forgot if I already have a download for the previous one. We're out. Do we have more grass? If not, we're gonna have to go mine a little bit. But yeah, I'm still, you know, not really finishing my thought here with my modpack stuff because it's really difficult to focus, but just some things I've been thinking about and trying to go... Oh, don't crash. I've been going through so many games recently. Not games, but like packs. Loading map. Oh, that looks so cool. Yeah, it was like the Kraken Island. Yeah, we should go over here. I think there's a teleport there. That is the roguelike dungeon. Just to grab some grass. There we go. Looks like grass. That's dirt. Do I not have silk touch on this? Oh, it's not the silk touch one. Let's be dirty and just toss it on the ground. If you download the world, there's some dirt. Wait. I thought we have... Oh, the pickaxe has silk touch. I guess I can use that. Oops. Didn't mean to silk that. Oh, why does that scare me so much? It's just a freaking zombie. Damn. A bit jumpy. It's late, I guess. Or early. Whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's all, huh? Damn. That guy, I don't know. Somehow scared me. Okay, that will be enough. That should be enough. A little bit too much, perhaps. Drop some of the sand. There we go. Cool. Can't fly here. Kind of forgot that this place even had power and such, because we tried to, like, disable the mob spawn rate, I guess. But yeah, this is a weird part. Like, every time I come back to these packs, I'm like, oh man, this is actually fun. Maybe I should play more. But no. Because then I'll do, like, a couple of episodes, and I'll be like, okay, I'm done. And then we have the same problem again, you know? So... should just move on. And I'll do the same thing with some other series I had started, and I know I won't go back too soon, so I can kind of like finish that off too, and you know, have it done, be done with it, and move on to other stuff. And I'm sorry if you guys really like this series. First of all, thank you, but also sorry. I'm just, you know, I just need to take breaks from it. I guess I just not enjoying it as much, because I'm thinking, like, I guess the next thing I would do is either more immersive engineering things. You see, this is the same thing in this pack. I think this was one of the reasons that actually bothered me too. It's like we have the immersive engineering machines, but like I could set up a crusher and stuff, right? But there's no real reason to it. There's no point in making a crusher if we can go with mechanism. You know, mechanism is just so much more efficient. I think we have some bone meal over here. Why would I spend time and effort setting up immersive engineering machines? Now, you could say that, well, you don't have to do it. You can just play the way you want. Just ignore one mod and just do the other one. But, I mean, this is kind of set up like a quest pack, right? We can't put that there. So it's almost like, yeah, you should probably do that, though. Because that's kind of the goal of this pack, I suppose, is going through that. But again, you don't have to necessarily do it. You could just... That's why I guess that's why I like the journey more most of the time than the end goal. I do like the fact that we can just, you know, play, do things without having to really focus on too much of the quests or something. Let's just spam a bit more of this stuff here. I love bone meal and just... putting grass everywhere. Some people hate it. I love it. always drives me crazy when people like get rid of the entire grass in front of the base. It makes sense. It's efficient. I get it. I know why you're doing it, but it looks so much better if you don't, in my opinion. But yeah, so you know, same with GregTech. I don't expect to finish GregTech New Horizons. I expect to have fun with it and eventually move on. You know, I don't need to reach the end goal. What's the point of just reaching the end goal? But guys, we're done. Look at this. We have built our lighthouse. It looks beautiful in my opinion. Hopefully you guys like it too. I'm just trying to take some screenshot. I forgot where my thumbnail is, how my thumbnail is laid out. So I'm just gonna, oh, there's a particle effect. Let's take another one. I do want to see this at nighttime too. Before we do though, let's just have a super quick rundown again. And I'm actually gonna go into spectator mode so we can show things off a bit more. This is our house we started out with. You know, well, did we start? No, we started out in this hole over there. But, you know, this is one of the first things we kind of worked on. This gigantic house with our water wheels at the back here. Nice little decorations. We had, you know, set up some storage here, which is not so great, to be honest. But did you know, work on an ME system at 1.2. Never finished it. We have a little bit of a staircase with stuff up here that doesn't have anything in there. You know, how usual. Our little pond out here, there used to be a bunch of crops, but we just got rid of them recently. There's still some farmland here, and all the crops were in this chest. That was kind of our manual farm. Then we went on to with this building. This is kind of like a little bit of a workshop outside, right? This is where we have our blast furnace, coke ovens here, making creosote oil and, you know, cocoa into our blast furnace with preheaters to make steel. There's a metal press back here. There's a bit of a messy power system here with these heaters. And there's also a windmill still attached to this, mostly for decoration, but it also, you know, provides a little bit of power. This building was really fun. I like this one. And also I'm just going to make it daytime. I do want to show you guys the tower at nighttime too, but we'll do this in a bit. We have our portals here just randomly. I always meant to build kind of like a bit more of a runic altar looking thing for the portals, but never done it. Then I think this was the next building we did, the farmhouse, which I really like this building a lot. This looks really cool. It has a bit of a balcony, and it also has like these things attached on the side for our animals. This is where our animals reside in. You know, you can go through the fences here. We have our sheep, we have our cows. This even has a bit of elevation. And boy, that's a lot of cows. So many cows. Bit of decoration. There's a back door as well. Really like this entrance hallway, which is a bit of decoration, you know. There's a door here. Can't open right now. To go upstairs. More decoration to the balcony here, you know. And I think there's a kitchen. Too far. Where is it? Yeah, okay, entrance hall. Left door, kitchen. Nice little cozy kitchen. It looks really cool. I like smaller buildings sometimes. It's really difficult to do sometimes, but especially modded since you need so much room, but it just looks so much cozier if you can do it, right? But yeah, this is a cool building. We have this giant wheat farm at the back here that we built recently too. Mostly for decoration, but obviously I can also farm it if I wanted to. Bit of a layered hanging garden kind of style. And one of my favorite locations in this is actually when you come from this side. There's a little pass over here to one of my favorite buildings over there as well. But this little whole pass here, oh man, I love it. I love the flow, how it looks in this texture pack. I love these overhanging trees, just like branching across you know, creating some shadows. A couple of flowers here, just broken down walls, overgrown stuff. Always love overgrown stuff. It's my favorite thing, like this stone brick with overgrown moss. Love it. Nature taking back old structures. Ah, it's the best. This part looks dumb. There needs to be something there. This too. But then if we keep going, we have our little druid house down here, right? That's like covered in grass and bone meal and such. All kind of around here. I should probably take screenshots and post them somewhere so I have them as well. But this building was really cool. It goes down into the ground a bit. We have our potion brewing system here. Some potions there. We use the potion brewing system from Inspiration. It uses the cauldron instead of using at a brewing stand. It's just a little bit of a hanging cauldron there. And the walls are being held up by these boards. And then back here is our enchanting room with enchanted books and these bookshelves that like add onto it. Is really cool. There's some stuff in here for, well, tools and such to check enchantments. And then I guess I have to go into, let's actually go into creative mode. Secret door! Going down to our mob farm. There's a skeleton mob farm down there. Let's go back into this tree so I can show this. There's a bit of a thing here with conveyor belts. Or is it zombies? Maybe it's zombies. Going all the way back down into this spawner room. It's only one spawner. Not super efficient. We don't really use this anymore because we have an ender now. But it worked pretty well. I think you had to close this door and then push this button. There's a piston timer that kills them in a specific way so that you can only punch them to kill them. There we go. And then you can punch them to kill them. Pretty neat. Cool old school stuff. And then of course we have our giant factory. Took me forever to finish, but it looks awesome. Getting all these bricks took forever, but it was fun-ish. Because we have the mining dimension, so it doesn't take too long. And of course we have our stuff here for diesel generators. Just makes biodiesel and whatever. Ethanol, I believe. Or I guess they use ethanol and biomass? No, what is it? I forgot. Liquids to make biodiesel and then feed these diesel generators that feed a bunch of capacitor banks here. That was temporarily the way it's hanging around. It was always something I wanted to change. Same with this stuff over here. I wanted to have like a bit of a, you know, pass going around so we can reach things. Oh my goodness. I missed the spot. How come no one ever told me about this? Oh man. Well, you can fix it if you download the world. And then here we have our water thing, our water tower. Infinite water coming from here. And that goes down these pipes. And then we build these little things to hold them up with power lines across as well. Lamps that somehow aren't powered at the moment for some reason. I guess they're not actually connected to anything right now. Maybe I never set this up properly. There is a crusher here. And what's that for? I don't know why this is here, to be honest. I don't remember. But yeah, we have our great forest behind our house. It's just where we spammed a bunch of trees and kind of created like a nice little forest, which created a lot of mobs. But we did add the torchmaster mod into this pack too, which prevents mobs from spawning. It's one of the additions I added because I wanted it even more chill. So that's in there. And yeah, and now our little lighthouse over there. But there is one more area I guess we can check out. And that is there more than the end? There's a blaze spawner, but that's not too interesting, I don't think. Let's go to the end. That was our ender. And that was really fun to build as well. Oh, it's very hazy with the shaders, I guess. I've never been to the end with these shaders. But if we follow down this path, we'll reach the ender. What's going on here? Oh, I guess there was actually a teleport over here. I guess I cut this off. Yeah, I did. Okay. There's a way stone right here to teleport into it. Yeah, it's covered in water so that they don't, you know, teleport on top. And yeah, basically this is our end. And we have these cool lanterns here. A bunch of swords to kill them with. They all accumulate in this spot here. You know, they all fall down from this giant platform we built at the top here. They just spawn on this platform. And there is a minecart here with a... do you have a torch in my hand? No. With a endermite inside. They get pissed off and then fall down. You know, it's a vanilla design. This is not really modded. No, I think this is mostly vanilla. I don't think there's much modded in here. Well, you just stand here, kill them all. And then on this side we have our enchanting room. There's a table here with some books, some lapis of course. A crafting bench, I believe. And then chests where we have all of our enchanted books in there that we got Oh, some of them anyway. More chests over here. But yeah, I love this place. I like what this looks like in this texture pack. This is purple. It looks very different. And then of course we have there's like pistons below here that pick up all the ender pearls and they go into the storage drawer. But guys, I think that's it. I think that is everything. With some random locations, but nothing that's like really important, I don't think. So let's go back home and guess we'll say goodbye. Let's go over to our nice little house tower. Oh wait, and before we do, let's check this out at nighttime. What's the fire? Yeah, that's pretty. Oh, taking a screenshot. I like it. But yeah, guys, never put a door in front of it. Doesn't matter. It's an open lighthouse. That will be it. I'm gonna put up this world as a download if you want to download it. Again, thank you so much for everyone who enjoyed this series and watched it and left likes and comments and suggestions and ideas and everything. It really means a lot. It was a really fun pack to play. Unfortunately, I got sidetracked or bored. I don't remember. It's been too long. But it's time to move on to other things. And I just wanted to have a proper ending and the lighthouse. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.